Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap. Today was Wednesday. That's right, the 9th of February, 2022. I'm DSP, of course, and Jasper Kitty's actually in the office with me right now. I don't know if he's going to make any noise or make an appearance, but good evening, and let's talk about what happened today. Pre-stream podcast was interesting. We had a lot of interesting discussion about a bunch of game news, and in addition to that, about how some people actually tune in just to watch the podcast and don't necessarily watch the gameplay that I do. I'm actually starting to get an audience just for the podcast, which is cool. I'm happy about that. I've noticed that I get about 1,000 viewers for the podcast every day. Cool. I never expected that. So thank you to those of you who've been tuning in just to the vlog style stuff that I'm doing. Even if you're not watching the gameplay, it's much appreciated. Okay. Gameplay wise today, Sifu continued for the second day. I can definitely tell you it was a lot different today than it was yesterday. The first day, after playing for about 2.5 hours, I got incredibly frustrated with Sifu because of some really high difficulty spikes and all of a sudden not being able to beat the second boss at all. Well, after calming down, cooling off, regrouping myself, and recomposing myself, I listened to my audience. I started reading comments on the videos, and actually people at the end of the stream yesterday had given me some advice in the stream chat. I used that advice, and today I persevered. Not only did I beat the second stage, I got to the final boss of the third stage, but I decided rather than try to turbo through the third boss, I would go back and try to do better runs in the first and second stage, which would then allow me to have more lives and more revives for the rest of the game. So it ended up being a really good stream. I got way better at the game today than I was yesterday. I was dodging and countering and parrying and doing all kinds of fun stuff, permanently unlocking a whole bunch of moves. In reality, I actually can't wait to play it again. It's going to be Friday when I play that game again, by the way. So, thanks to everyone who attended the Sifu stream and supported it and was patient with me after all the rage yesterday. I redoubled my efforts and did really good today. Tonight, the Pokemon stream did well. And I am going to accredit that to you guys because you guys gave me direct feedback after the last Pokemon Legends Arceus stream. Basically, here's what you said. You said, Phil, why are you doing the top tipper getting to name a Pokemon? That's counterproductive, okay? Why is it counterproductive? Because, hold on, you're not doing streams like you used to. You used to do a stream of Pokemon where the top tipper got to name a Pokemon, but that was it. There was no tiered rewards of gunner glasses or silly hats, and you didn't have people trying to hit tips goals to have these things happen, right? So everyone would just tip at the end of the stream. The winner would be able to name the Pokemon, and that was the end of it. That was what happened during my playthrough of Pokemon Sword and Shield years ago, okay? But now it's different. Now we have these tiered rewards on the streams. It doesn't make sense to have everyone competing at the end of the stream to name a Pokemon. So instead, change up the way you're doing it. Instead of it being, oh, top tipper at the end of the stream names a Pokemon, have it just be that people, when they tip a certain amount, get to name a Pokemon. Okay? So I said $25. If you tip $25, you get to name a Pokemon in the playthrough, and it will keep that name for the rest of the playthrough, and I'll use that Pokemon some on that next session. 3 people did it tonight. 3. So I ended up having $75 to start. By the time the stream was done, we had exceeded the tier 2 tips goal, and I had a hat, and it was a great stream. So I was like, wow, this actually was a huge positive change. I'm going to do what people recommend, right? So thank you to those who gave me that feedback. It directly helped the Pokemon streams. Now, unfortunately, we're not doing Pokemon again until next week, okay? Why? Well, because we're so busy this week with Skyrim on the late stream, Street Fighter on Friday. We have a special marathon on Saturday, which is the Game Pass Marathon. So sadly, even though Pokemon seems like, oh, it's going to get good support now it kind of has to hold off because I'm doing other stuff. But Pokemon will return next week and will be multiple times, probably 2 times next week. So I'm sorry, you got to be a little patient if you're enjoying the Pokemon playthrough. We're now, by the way, we're in the 3rd region, totally new region we hit up at the end of tonight's stream. Just started to explore it and then ran out of time. All right, so let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, the main gameplay stream, I am finally returning to Dying Light 2 after almost a week away. I know. This is what happens when there's so many new releases. I don't get to play them often, and the next thing you know, like, is anyone going to care about Dying Light 2 tomorrow? I hope so. I'm interested to get back into the game now that people are telling me, oh, get the inhibitors. And in fact, someone just sent me an email and said, here's my recommendations of where you can go to get the inhibitors to level up your character, so now the playthrough will be more interesting. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad you gave me that advice. I can't wait to do this tomorrow. I just hope you guys will show up and help support the stream, because if no one shows up and people think the game is dead, then it's dead. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, this is what happens when there's so many new releases out in such a short period of time. I basically played Dying Light 2 twice. Then people wanted the final major stream of Skyrim, which we did. Took a break on Monday. 2 major streams of Sifu, because people wanted it. And now here we are, finally getting back to Dying Light 2. So, I hope you'll join me tomorrow, 10:45 a.m. Pacific time, for more Dying Light 2, and let's see how it goes. Tomorrow night, the late stream is Skyrim at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully you guys will come chill with me in Skyrim. We're actually about to start another major quest line. We're just outside of a dungeon with a ton of stuff to do in it. It's actually one of the mask dungeons where you get one of the dragon priest masks. So that should be fun. And I really hope that people will come support the stream. And here's why I say that. Just recently, we got these hats added to the rotation for the Skyrim stream specifically, because they were doing so well for the over a month that I was playing Skyrim on the first streams. First night we did Skyrim on a late stream, which was Tuesday night, we didn't hit the tip skull, and therefore we had no hat. And I was like, wow, that really sucks, because I just added these to the rotation, and they didn't get used. So let's hope that it's the opposite. Let's hope that tomorrow maybe we can get some more people coming and rallying and supporting the streams. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Either way, it's going to be fun. I love Skyrim, and the Skyrim playthrough has been one of my favorites, you know, in many months, but we'll see what happens, okay? Final reminder, guys, please vote on the games you want to see in the upcoming Game Pass Marathon, which is this Saturday. The polls are live on the community page here on DSP Gaming. You basically still have till Saturday to vote. Within the first 24 hours, 1,000 people voted on each of the 2 polls. It would be great to see how many we get by the weekend, but I'm really excited to see what games you guys pick for the marathon. Okay, now, tomorrow morning, I'll be posting up the poll for the cuisine that we'll be trying for the live episode of Feasting with the King, also during Saturday's marathon. So that's going to be exciting, and that will start tomorrow. We'll do it live on the pre-stream podcast. We'll get people voting. I'll actually maybe get some suggestions what people would like to see me eat. Okay, that'd be pretty neat. All right, guys, so that is it. Great streaming day today. Had a ton of fun, lots of support. Thank you all. Great positive day. See you in the AM for Dying Light 2. Peace out, everybody. Later.